In Trinidad, we spend a lot of money on gardening containers, on gardening pots, and on grow bags. And absolutely nothing is wrong with that if you can afford it. But it should not be the reason why you don't start your home garden because you're thinking that you have to spend a lot of money on all of these things just to get started with gardening. It's absolutely not true. And in this video, I'm going to show you a free way to start gardening today. Let's get going. Hello everyone, thank you all so much for joining in. This is Dylan on the Trini Gardener channel and I'm super excited for this video because this is, I think, a game changer for a lot of people. It's something that I learned from people who have been gardening in Africa, mainly in Ghana, where I have a lot of friends that I talk to on the social medias and I go to their pages and they're always teaching me so much about gardening that they do over there in Africa, and it's ways that that's just so innovative, and I think that we should be learning from them because I feel like we've gotten very commercial in gardening. Nothing is wrong, of course, with the business side of gardening, and if you have a gardening shop, definitely not attacking you. But my idea is that if you want people to be self-sustainable and to be able to feed themselves and their family, then money should not be the biggest issue stopping them from doing that. It definitely, of course, can make your garden really nice and pretty to have these nice grow bags and these nice containers and all of that, and if you can afford it, absolutely go for it. But definitely don't think that you can't start your garden just because you don't have money for it. It's really not that complicated to start your garden without needing that much money at all. You would have seen, not sure what the order of the video is, but you maybe would have seen or you will see a harvest video of sweet potatoes that I grew entirely in bags, and it blew my mind that I could just use these bags that I just had lying around the property and just wasn't doing anything with them. Some of them were starting to dry rot, and why not put them to use? Why not get them growing for me in a way that costs absolutely nothing at all and producing food that I would normally have to pay money for? That's the crazy part. You would have had to pay money for that. I know you can eat it without having to pay money, and you can eat for free, which is amazing. And it's just something that I wish everybody could have. I want everyone to have that experience of feeding yourselves, feeding your family, without having to break your pocket to be able to do that. And I really hope that this video is going to encourage you to get up and, not just get up and get growing like my slogan always says, but, really that idea of get up and take that food security into your hand and get up and be able to, produce that food that you think it's such an empowering thing to be able to produce your own food. And I really want that to happen. I want everyone to have that experience. I think it's something that you're owed. It's something that you deserve to have no matter where you live, no matter what situation you have. You deserve that experience, and I want that for you. So let's get going. So like for example right here, I have sweet potatoes growing in this bag. This is just a normal feed bag that I put dirt in, put some sweet potato slips in. If you don't know what a sweet potato slip is, I'll put up the link right here. So you can go to that growing guide for sweet potatoes and you'll know what a sweet potato slip is. And I have sweet potatoes growing. All of this is rooted inside of this feed bag, which is crazy because this was just lying around the house doing nothing. And now it's growing food for me. Now, if you're a hunter or somebody who spend any kind of time in the forest doing anything, hunting, fishing, whatever the case is, then you know exactly what this vine is. Some people go out hunting for animals and just see a vine like this and just become so distracted by this vine that you just start digging and you forget about the animals you went out to hunt. This is yam. This is a yam vine right here. And sometimes in the forest, you're just walking around and you could see like a massive yam vine. You follow the vine, sometimes a good few 100 feet, and you get to the point of the yam, start digging, and I have that same thing going on right here inside of a bag. Really, really cool. But how it works, and of course the full yam growing guide is going to come in time, so be patient for that. Is that you have your vine going up towards the sun. So normally if you're doing this, you're cultivating it, you're going to put a jockey or some kind of trellis for the vine to go up. The leaves are going to collect that sunlight, convert that into energy, put that energy down into the tubers, and the plant is going to produce that yam. And in this case, it's going to produce that yam into a bag. So amazing, amazing, amazing to have this going on right at home in something that was entirely free. Really, really cool. And now if you're thinking, well, Dylan, I don't actually live in the countryside. I live in a city, so I don't really have much poultry bags lying around. Nobody minds animals where I live. I'm fairly urban. Then plastic bag can get better than a plastic bag. Everyone can get access to a plastic bag. The only thing with plastic bag that's different to the feed bags, it doesn't have that natural drainage that feed bag allows. So you would have to bow some holes in different points. But I mean, stick your finger into the bag, you bow the hole, put it inside there, compact it. The only thing with these is that you can't really move around the bag, and the same with the other feed bags as well. You can't really move it around so much because, you know, there's just a bit too much movement with the bag. But I mean, you have a tomato tree over here that's growing, producing tomatoes from a bag. You also had a lettuce that was growing through here. I didn't need the lettuce, so I left the lettuce. The lettuce is now going to seed. On TikTok, I talked about the cool part of letting lettuce go to seed, especially when you're a busy gardener. It's a bit of lazy gardening where you just let it go to seed and let the seeds go all over, and then you get lettuce seeds. But yeah, tomatoes, lettuce growing out of a plastic bag. How much simpler, how much cheaper than that can you get with your gardening? So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. More importantly, I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope that you learned that you can be self-sustainable without spending any certain money at all. I hope that you are going to try this out. And if you do, please tag me on the Instagram, TikTok, on the Facebook. If you are trying this, I'll be so excited to see what you end up doing. And be creative with it. You don't just have to do or be limited to what I propose here. Use your own ideas, but just know that you can think outside of the box with your gardening. And you don't have to follow the rules of whatever you see other people doing. Make up your own rules and do what works best for you and your pocket. Nobody is supposed to judge you. Nobody's allowed to judge you. I really hope that this is going to encourage you to really take that leap and get your garden going no matter what. Remember that, of course, you can follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Facebook to see more stuff coming out of the Trini Gardener's garden. And remember, if you know someone who'd be interested in this kind of information, then share this video with them and help them to grow more food for themselves and their family. As always, this has been Dylan with the Trini Gardener channel, reminding you to get up and get growing. Take care.